Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining me for this short meditation yoga class. Yoga and meditation for me go hand in hand. It is a practice of being aware, it is a practice of intention, and it is a practice of purpose. What it is not is forcing your body into shapes that it doesn't do. So be gentle with yourself. Move in a way that feels unlimiting to your body, easing into every pose and being aware of your breath, using that breath as an anchor to keep you in the present moment. So if you've got your yoga mat, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start in child's pose. So to do child's pose, you want to bring yourself to your hands and knees. You're going to let your knees go wide, almost to the outer edges of your mat, and then let your toes come together behind you. You're going to sink back into your hips so that your bum can set over top of your heels. And then you're going to start to walk your hands out to the front of your mat, and you're going to bring your forehead down to the floor. If your forehead does not reach the floor, you can also use a block or a stack of books to place underneath of your head. And then once you have arrived in child's pose, you're just going to take a couple of breaths there. Breathing into your belly, letting it expand and get wide. And then exhaling, letting all the breath pour out. And just watching that breath, being the observer as it comes into your body and goes out of your body. Taking a deep breath in through the nose, and then exhaling either through the nose or through the mouth, whichever you prefer. Continuing to take just a couple more breaths in child's pose. A moment to land here. A moment to pause. The beginning of your practice. And if you're ready to move with me, we're going to come up into a tabletop position. So for tabletop, it's just hands and knees. Your wrists are stacked underneath of your shoulders, and your knees are stacked underneath of your hips. You can go ahead and feel the foundation of the floor beneath you, and your gaze is going to be at the floor, between your thumbs. That'll let your spine go nice and long, pulling from the crown of the head to the tailbone. Just begin to take a couple of breaths here, rooting in, feeling your foundation, breathing in through the nose, and then out through the mouth. Deep breath in, full exhale out. And then you can choose to stay here just like this, breathing into your body. Or if you'd like to challenge yourself a little bit further, we're going to move into bird dog. So we're going to extend the left leg out behind you. Keep your left hip pointed down to the floor. It's naturally going to want to round up. See if you can keep it pointed to the floor. Press out through your heel so that your toes are pointed to the floor. You can stay here. Belly button is engaged to your spine so that you've got a nice engaged, strong core. And if this is not challenging enough for you, you want to add a little bit more, you can lift the right hand. And so the right hand goes up in front of you. It reaches out as though you were about to shake somebody's hand, so your thumb is up. And then you're just staying with your breath here. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. One more breath in through your nose. And then as you empty, let the hand and the knee come back down to the floor. You can choose to sway your hips a little from side to side if that feels nice. Maybe it feels good to come up off of the wrists, give them a little shake in between. Little waves back and forth. Just feeling those wrists, the shoulders, and then getting ready to move into the opposite side. So if you lifted the left foot last time, this time it's going to be the right foot that extends out behind you. Again, watching that the hip stays down to the floor, facing the floor. You're pressing out through the heel as though you could stand on that back foot. Take a breath in as you lift the left hand. Again, that's just an option. If you want to stay with just the foot lifted, that's fine too. And wherever you have landed, connect with your breath here. Take a deep breath in and a full exhale out. Another complete inhale. And then as you exhale, set your hand and your knee back to the floor. And from here, we're going to move into some cat-cow poses. So as you exhale, I want you to round your spine. This is the cat pose, arching your back as though you were like a scared cat on Halloween. You're going to bring your gaze to your thighs, to your feet, and your shoulders up. And then when you're ready to inhale, it's dropping the belly, lifting up through the hips, lifting the chest, lifting the gaze. And we call this our cow pose. So moving to the flow of your breath, exhale into cat, extend the spine, arching the back, pressing the floor away from you. And then inhaling, coming back into cow, dropping the belly, lifting up through the hips, lifting the gaze, pulling back through the shoulders. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, melt the belly to the floor. We'll take two more just like this. Exhale into cat. Inhale into cow. Last exhale, rounding the spine. Last inhale, dropping the belly, lifting the hips. Coming back to a neutral spine, maybe a little sway of the hips from side to side. And then walking your knees to your hands and coming into a seated position. If you're comfortable sitting cross-legged, I invite you to do so. And if that is uncomfortable for you, finding a seat that is. Sometimes I like to have a cushion behind my hips to prop my hips up just a little bit, slightly elevated above the knees. It just takes a little bit of strain off the body. Take a deep breath in here, and then exhale to release. Inhale, let's circle the hands up high, maybe looking up to the thumbs, and then exhaling as you bring your hands down, palm to palm at heart center. Taking prayer hands. And when our hands come to greet like this, I like to bring to mind something that you are grateful for. Take a breath in here. Let the breath go. Let's inhale to circle our hands back up. But this time as you exhale, you're going to twist over to the right. Bring the right hand down behind you and the left hand over to the outside of your right leg. You can slowly begin to twist over to the right, and maybe your chin comes over to gaze over your right shoulder. Sit up nice and tall. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, root your sit bones into the earth. Inhale, length through the spine, maybe a slight tuck of the chin to lift through the back of the neck. And then exhale, settling here. We'll take one more complete breath. Breathe in. And breathe out. And then inhale, unwind, come back to center. Inhale, circle the hands up high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Taking a breath in. And And exhaling to release. Inhale, circle the hands up high. And then exhale, twisting to the left. Bring the left hand out behind you. Right hand to the opposite leg. And then gazing out over to the left. Staying for 3 breaths. Take a deep breath in. And a slow breath out. Inhale fully. Exhale completely. Tucking the chin, lengthening the spine, breath in. And the full exhale to release. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale here. Inhale, circle the hands up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a breath in. Bring to mind something you are grateful for. And then exhale to release. We're going to take a seated forward fold. So I'll give you some options to do this however you wish. You can choose to stay in your cross-legged seated position. You could also let your legs go wide and have this a wide seated forward fold. You could bring your legs together out in front of you for a seated forward fold. However you want to take this, that's your choice, your class. Inhale, reach your hands up, find length in through the spine. And then when you're ready, hinging from the hips, maybe bending your knees slightly if that feels good, so that you can bend forward, release, and let go. Let the head drop. Let the chin fall to your chest. Feeling the sensations of your breath as it comes in and out of your body. Noticing the sensations that the stretch offers your body. Turning off the mind by focusing on the breath. Just being the observer of the breath as it comes in and as it goes out. Take a couple more breaths here in silence. Be easing a little deeper with each exhale. And slowly begin to come back up to your seated position. If you have a cushion behind you, you can remove it. And then you're going to slowly make your way down onto your back. Lying down on your mat, maybe a little sway of your hips from side to side, feeling the lower back getting massaged here. And then letting your head come all the way down to the floor, shoulders all the way down to the floor. Bring your feet up and grab for your big toes or the outer edges of your feet and begin drawing your knees down towards your rib cage and your armpits in that direction. We call this happy baby, just like it sounds, like you were a baby that could just roll around on the floor. Still staying connected to the breath, present with the pose, just breathing here. And when you are ready, hugging your knees into your chest, give yourself a nice big hug. Scrunch up the toes, scrunch up the face, the nose, everything gets tight. And then exhale to unwind. Let your legs go long. Let your arms fall at your side with your palms up. Take your Shavasana. While you rest, I will mind the time. I'll be here for just a moment, just 1 minute. And slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Taking a deep breath in through your nose and releasing through your mouth, maybe with a sigh. Taking as many breaths as you need here. And then when you're ready, bending your knees, bringing your feet back to the floor and just rolling to one side. Take a couple of breaths lying on your side. And then when you're ready, come back up to seated. Join me in a seated position to close out our short practice. Thank you for being here and practicing with me. I appreciate you. Inhale, circle the hands up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a moment to be grateful for your body, for your mind, for your breath. Namaste.